Today we are going to learn about inverse trigonometric function. As you learn all trigonometric functions in class 11, so it is time for short revision of trigonometric functions. What that is? Trigonometric functions. These are trigonometric functions. We may write here that is functions. This is a function. First one is that is sine, and actually it is a function from set of real number to set of real number, and its range is that is close interval -1 to 1. Next function is that is cosine function. Again it is r to r and its range is -1 1. Next one is that is tan. Tan it is sine by cos, and cosine is 0 for odd multiples of pi by 2. So we write that is r minus x is such that x is equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 2, and where n is any integer 2r. Its range is that is what? R. Then cot is it is r minus cot is cos by sine, and sine is 0 for integral multiple of pi. That's why it is minus x is such that x is equal to n pi, where n is any integer 2r. Again its range is r. Then it is sec. Sec means r minus, again x is such that x is equal to 2n plus 1 whole into pi by 2, where n is any integer 2r, and its range is that is all real numbers except that is -1 to 1. Last one is that is cosec, and it is r minus x is such that x is equal to n pi, n is any integer, okay, 2. It is r minus this, and it is here it is r minus -1 to 1, and it is again that is to r minus -1 to 1, and its range is the same. This is about the trigonometric functions. So what's about the inverse? I am taking only that is sine and cos. So starting from inverse of a function. As discussed in chapter 1, inverse of a function f, which is from a to b, exists if it is 1 1 and onto, and this is denoted by f. Then it is for inverse, it is actually b to a. It means interchanging domain and codomain. This is about the concept of inverse of a function. So what happens in case of inverse trigonometric functions? Inverse trigonometric functions. This is our point of discussion. As we all know, trigonometric functions are periodic functions. It means they repeats itself. 2 are with period pi, that is tan and cot, and rest 4 are that is having period 2 pi. But all 6 trigonometric functions are periodic functions. So we write that is all trigo functions are periodic. It means what? They repeats. They are periodic. It means they repeat. So in general are not bijection. That is 1 1 onto. So their inverses do not exist. It means if we change their domain and codomain, then only there is a chance of inverse. Otherwise, they do not have their what? Inverses. That's why in this case, when we restrict, if we restrict their domains and codomains, then we can make them a bijection, and that's why we can get the inverse trigonometric functions. It means as it is, there is no change in domain and codomain, so there is no chance of that is bijection, since they are minimum and into function, and for inverse it is required 1 1 and onto. So in general, the all trigonometric functions are not bijective functions. That's why, so their inverses do not exist. If we restrict their domains, it means for 1 1 and codomains, that is for what? Onto. Then we can make them bijection. So we can get their inverses. This is the discussion. It means to get inverse, we have to change their domain as well as their codomains. So I am taking one function, that is sine function. What? Sine function. For this discussion, that is sine function. What's about sine function? And here main thing, that is inverse of sine function. How we get inverse of a sine function? Actually, it is a function from set of real number to set of real numbers, defined as, this is about sine function, that is fx is equal to sine x. This is the function. Actually, this is many one into function. Why many one? Since when we make the graph of sine function, then this is taking x-axis and it is y-axis, this is horizon, and this is actually 1 minus 1. Then this is the succession, that is, and so on. Now here we can take, that is, this is the succession. Now this is highest value is at pi by 2, this is pi, then this is again 3 pi by 2, and it is 2 pi. When we consider this side, then minus pi by 2, minus pi, and so on. This is the graph. It means sine 0, 0, sine pi, that is again sine 2 pi. It means that is integral multiple of sine, integral multiple of pi, that is it. It means it is many one function. So how we make it 1 1? How we make it onto? So to make 1 1, first we write, to make 1 1. How we make 1 1? Since here we have what? F0 equal to 0, or at the place of f we may write sine 0 equal to 0. It is also equal to sine pi. It is also equal to sine 2 pi, but 0 is not equal to pi. Therefore, it is many one function. Now, when we restrict its domain such that there is no turn in the graph of the function, it means we are going to restrict its domain. It means we wish to get its partition. So when we divide it from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, there is a restriction graph. It means to make one function, we restrict its domain in such a way that in that domain the function has no turn in its graph. So if I take from here, that is, this is the turning. When it repeats, then there is a chance of minimum. Then from this part to this part, it means minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, then it is having no repetition. That's why for this interval it is 1 1, again for this interval it is 1 1, and so on. So if we restrict its domain in such a way that there is no turn in the graph, then it becomes what? 1 1. So for the domains, that is starting from, that is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Next one is, that is pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2. Next one is, that is 3 pi by 2 to 5 pi by 2, and so on. From this side again it is minus 3 pi by 2 to minus pi by 2. These are the branches. For 1 1. These domains are said to be branches for the sine function is 1 1. At the same time, now here the branch minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 is called the principal value branch. It means function is 1 1 for all other branches also, but it is a special case. That's why it is called principal value branch. Here we see there is real numbers just less than minus 1 and more than 1 having no premises in domain. So that's why taking codomain is equal to range, we make it unto. So the function, that is sine function from, and what is, it is equal to minus 1 to 1. Sine function. Now what's about its domain? Domain is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. What's about its range? It is codomain minus 1 to 1. Now it is 1 1 and onto function. Therefore it is bijective function and its inverse exists, and inverse is denoted by, that is sine inverse, and it is from minus 1 1 to what? Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. This is about, so this is the function part of the graph from only this one. Now for this part of the function, inverse exists. Okay, one more thing I want to say here sine inverse x is only notation. It is only notation. Sine inverse never equal to 1 by sine x. It is also not equal to sine x power minus 1. That is, minus 1 is not exponent here. It is only what? Notation. Don't take minus 1 as exponent. It is notation. Now sine inverse x is also written as, that is arc sine. If we take here x, then it is, so it is also represented by arc sine x. So by the same manner, we restrict the domain of each function, codomain of the each function, to get what? Inverse. This is about only sine. So this is the sine function for which it is bijective function, and this is the situation for inverse. And easily we get the graph of each inverse function by using that y equal to mx as a mirror. It means after changing, that is positive x-axis as positive y-axis and positive y-axis as positive x-axis, we get the inverse graph of the inverse functions. Okay.